As the ministers gathered to informally discuss the situation amongst themselves with Zimbabwe, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson began his opening remarks, outlining America's new position on the transition of power there.
We all should work together for a quick return to civilian rule in that country in accordance with their constitution. Zimbabwe has an opportunity to set itself on a new path, one that must include democratic elections and respect for human rights. Ultimately, the people of Zimbabwe must choose.
Under Donald Trump, the State Department's been accused of downplaying human rights and governance in favor of military assistance to Africa, but the Secretary of State says he sees both as a priority.
But we recognize that the force of arms alone is insufficient. It is imperative that we work together and with civil society to address the root causes of violent extremism. To create sustainable peace, we must also combat marginalization, strengthen accountability, and create more economic opportunity.
The US says that following talks in Khartoum with Deputy Secretary of State John Sullivan, Sudan's agreed to cut all trade and military ties with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Tillerson asked other African nations to go beyond just complying with UN sanctions.
Further, I urge you to take additional measures to pressure the DPRK by downgrading your diplomatic relationships with the regime, severing economic ties, expelling all DPRK laborers, and reducing North Korea's presence in your country.
They also had time to discuss ways to boost mutual trade and investment opportunities at a time when volumes between the US and Africa remain at low levels. Tillerson made clear that the US is prepared to assist in new educational projects in Africa to assist the anticipated youth bulge, and that American companies could benefit from the expanded consumer spending they'll bring. Ryntjes, CGTN, Washington.